Hello everybody and welcome back to Court Farm. So today we're going to be drilling the field that we created in the previous episode. This was just a load of grassland which we weren't really using, so I've cultivated it up and we're going to put the new crop type, which is RYE, into here. Now it should all go very smoothly, however if we were to look at this, if we're going to be picky about things, it is a bit cold for drilling. It's -4 and it's going to rain at 12. I think really this is actually going to work in our favour anyway, because for some reason in just 4.5 hours it's going to be +15. So yeah, -4 to +15. I'm happy with that temperature increase. It's going to work well with our crops. But maybe it's just because I have it set to 1 day per month, so it has to increase dramatically. You have to have this sudden increase, otherwise it would just be well, I suppose cold throughout the whole of spring if it was to gradually increase. So anyway, yes, we need to get the drill. We'll use the Massey Ferguson for this. We do need to get it done before the rain though, but it will be good because it means the rain is going to come and water the seeds in. We need to go to the store to pick up the drill, and as mentioned in the previous episode, we're not going to take much notice of the pH at the moment because we don't have the money for doing lime. Next year we will do the lime spreading, and actually at the moment it's okay. It's considered okay, not bad, so it's going to be good enough. We will, however, be applying fertilizer, so I think with that field we can go with the drill, which allows you to apply fertilizer at the same time. It doesn't even need to be a direct drill because it's being cultivated. Okay. If there is a better one for less money, then we don't have to apply fertilizer because we do have a spreader. But it wants to be, yeah, it wants to be this sort of size really. 6 meters. That is 6 meters actually. And it does allow us to put in the fertilizer at the same time. So we'll probably go with that then. It requires 300 horsepower. It must be the weight that it needs. Our tractor isn't 300, but I'm willing to risk it. Because this will be cheaper. So we're looking at what, £5,000 to rent that. This one here is 5,500. It's probably about 4.5 for the one we've just gone with. Okay, are they still closed or is it just the gate? They probably open at 8, so let's just pass the time. There we go. Good. We're ahead of the dealership. Yeah, they've opened up, you can see the workers in there. So, how's that looking? That's looking fine. Get that folded up. The seed is already at the farm, so we don't need to worry about buying more seed, but I will of course buy a bag of fertilizer. I think one is going to be sufficient. I hope one is going to be sufficient. I guess if it's not, then what we can do is we can take something out of the spreader. We probably have something in the spreader currently. So there we go. Yeah, I am pushing it a bit with the horsepower requirements, but I'm just really hopeful that it's going to be fine. I seem to remember using this setup before on a smaller machine, and I think it works alright. I'm happy to take the risk because it's a flat field. It's got a slight incline to it, but it should be good. And it makes a nice change from the direct drill. You know, the towed direct drill which we always use. The seed is in the back shed with the bales. Well, it has been a long time since I've used this. It looks like it is one or the other. Seed or fertilizer, but then you'd only be fertilizing, wouldn't you, if you were cultivating as well. So, anyway, I think I've possibly got that right. Somebody will let me know. But it's not wasted. The fertilizer will now be used in the spreader instead. There we go. That's going to be enough, I think. And there is our fertilizer bag that can just stay there. Now I was thinking, on the way back over here, if I put fertilizer in the front hopper, where does the seed go? Because it definitely doesn't go in the back. There's just nothing, there's no hopper there. But yeah, it must be so that you can power harrow and apply fertilizer, or put seed in it and drill. I guess. I can't think of any other reason why that would be. So yeah, let's unfold and we will get going. I will be fertilizing it straight away after drilling. Set to right, let's get it all switched on. Lower it down. And we're off. We're putting RYE in. This is just so good. In our first year, I've managed to get all 3 new crop types planted. Linseed, field beans, and RYE. I heard somebody say that alfalfa might be added. If so, brilliant. And yes, this tractor seems to be fine. Obviously when turning it's going to be a bit of a struggle for it, but I shouldn't really be turning with it down anyway, I don't think. We'll be going up and down the field, but it does look very promising. It looks like it's going to be fine. Looks like the variable seed rate doesn't function for RYE because it is a new crop type. So it must just be a standard application it's putting in. Okay, there we go. We're on our way. We're down into the final corner. I'm not going very fast, but slow and steady wins the race. And yeah, the point is we're going to get it done before the rain and before we have to pay another hourly fee. So yeah, although it would have been faster to go with the direct drill, this has been more interesting because I rarely use this. So it is nice to use it once in a while. But yeah, the other one, that's why I always use the other one, because it is just faster, easier on the tractor. We don't need as big of a tractor to pull it. This is pretty heavy, all of this. But the point is, this tractor has done it, despite being, I think, quite a long way under 300 horsepower. Isn't it about what is it? Let's just see. 210. Wow. It might be almost 100 horsepower too low. Like 90 horsepower too low, if I've read that number correctly. I'm pretty sure these pneumatic Fergusons, the second lot of numbers there is the horsepower. 210. But there we go. The RYE is in the field. So I'll just quickly check to make sure I haven't missed anything, and then we can empty the seed, and then we can return this setup. So yeah, we need to go on to precision farming. There we go. I think that's, yeah, that looks to be all done. Yep. It's all done. So we just need to do the fertilizer spreading. We're going to put the seed back in the shed, and we can put the fertilizer that we just bought into the spreader. There we go, right. So we still have 3 bags of seed there, not to worry. Now let's return these. Ooh, only 22 litres. Good job we didn't need any more from the spreader. It would have given us some, but not much. Not even 1% of a spreader. So it was so good that I bought this next bag. Still only 31%, but yeah, this is a really good spreader. It spreads really wide, and that should be enough. And that'll be all the spreading done for this side of summer anyway. We'll start up at the top here, but we probably need to be in the middle, with it being so wide. Let's just check that. Is that... yeah, that's reaching the edges. Ah, it's so good, this. Look at that width. I've always thought, the whole time this has been out in 22, that it is just the perfect spreader. Unless you're wanting to apply lime, why would you go for anything else but this? It's just so wide. It's so good. It's almost as if it shouldn't be that wide. It's just, I don't know, perfect. But yeah, if you do want to put lime on the fields, which we do, we would have to go with a different one. But we'll certainly be keeping this one for fertilizer. It is getting through the fertilizer quite quickly. It looks like we will, after all, have to go and get another bag. We do just about have the money for it. Money is not really a concern, really, because we do have things to sell. Silage and that sort of stuff. And we know that we have a big harvest coming up soon. It's only just not going to be enough. If we'd had 50% of a spreader, we would have had enough. So let's head off to the store once again, and we'll go and buy one more bag. And then I don't think there's any reason to stay in March. We'll check up on the animals first, but I think they'll be alright. So we'll move on to April after that. April is when we can start doing grass work properly. We can probably start in March, but I would prefer to wait until April. Hello, car! I love that view. It just looks so good with the windmill. A tractor in the foreground, a windmill in the background. What more could you ask for? The bag has been purchased, leaving us with £3,400. Looks like the industrial forklifts are out and about, busy moving parts and stuff. And we can head back to the field. It was a good thing changing this field from grass to rye. I was never really going to use it, I don't think, and it would have probably still needed to be cultivated up and drilled as grass to get a proper cut of grass off it. Okay, and now for this little piece here. Does show a little piece there that hasn't been done. If you look at the map though, it has been done. Yep, it won't do it. That is fully fertilised, along with the other fields. So we'll just take a look at all of those together. Yep, nitrogen applied to those 3. The grass field, was that not done? Oh no, it's going to need to be cut, isn't it? Yeah, it's basically fully grown, ready to have a cut from it. So yes, we'll get that cut as soon as possible, and I think I'm aiming to get some more hay out of it. It's probably a good job for the Landini just over here. So the chickens, they only have their energy food They've got through their carrots pretty quickly. They didn't take much, which is weird. As for the cows, they are looking very good. Health 100%. And yeah, they're producing milk. They are producing milk. That is really good to see. They're producing slurry. Eventually, we should be able to apply slurry to the grassland. We don't really have enough yet. But yeah, it is all looking good. It's all looking very good. I think actually just here is fine for that trailer. We'll keep it here. Once that grass field has had a cut though, we can fertilise it again. I'm almost certain it's 100% grown. Yep. It actually seems quite good. Nitrogen is perfect, so it was done. I did do it, but the pH is bad. But we know that. All the fields need to have lime applied. So, I think then it would make sense to get these two mowers attached and to get it cut. But I think I will do a full field of hay to begin with. Because we might as well. And because it is ready then, maybe we shouldn't move on to April. Maybe we should just mow it right away. I think last time I used the Massey Ferguson on the mowers, but this tractor should have the power. After all, it is about 175 horsepower, I think. That should be sufficient. It makes a nice change to keep using different machines. This year is the turning point. After harvest, we should have loads of money. We do already have quite a few hay bales, as you can see, but the cows do require hay for roughage. It is their roughage requirement, so I don't think there's any harm at all in having a full shed of it, because then that means that in the future all the cuts of grass that we get can be for silage or something else. We could just do grass, but that, well, fresh grass, but that would really be for things like feeding to sheep, and we don't really have sheep at the moment. Well, we don't have sheep. You do or you don't. Yeah, so yeah, we'll go a full field of hay first of all. Nice wide spread. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, Daggerwin. You need to switch on the conditioner. That's exactly what I did last time. There we go. That is the grass that we need for hay. It's also the grass we need for silage. Because the other stuff is fresh grass. Non-conditioned. Right, this field is pretty large, but having said that, our mower setup is quite good. Right, the rain is here. I'm going to wait this out. Give the grass a bit of time to dry out again, so we'll probably continue this about 3 PM. How long is it supposed to rain for? Oh, it's just a passing shower, it's nothing. It's going to be sunny all afternoon, so probably 2 PM. And there we go, looking much brighter. It did rain for longer than it was forecast for. It actually stopped around 2. But we're now good to go. Good to continue. There's no point mowing in the rain. But the headland is done. Now we just need to go across, or maybe up and down, which is going to be better for this field. Yeah, I'd say across. I think I went across last time and that was easy. And because we're not splitting it, I don't even need to keep it a certain pattern. I could even keep going round in circles. The only problem I have with that is if you turn too tight it will miss a bit, so it probably is best to lift and then go back down the centre. I don't think I need to overthink this. If I make a cut through somewhere here, yeah, that should be fine. Then we can keep going to the left of where the tractor is now, each time we come round, working our way up the field. Until eventually we reach the top, which I don't think will take too long. This is a good mower setup. It's the sort of setup that we probably will never have to replace. We have other things that we need to spend our money on, like tedders, and I guess windrowers. I don't think we have a tedder or a windrower. But all these things can be bought outright once we've done the harvest, because we'll have more money. Especially from those field beans. The field beans are supposed to be really expensive. We're coming on nicely, so we just have this little piece here. I have got a very small strip over there that needs to be finished. And I've been trying to think about what the best way of tedding this is, because with Maize Plus you don't have to do a double ted. Like, you go to semi-dry, then to hay, but you can skip that. You can go straight to hay. You can also set it as the base game as well, base game configuration. But I think, I don't know, last time I actually did ted it twice. But I think this time I might just go straight to hay, just to speed things up. But let me know what you think. I'll probably alternate, like sometimes if it's been super wet, I know it has rained a bit, but if it's been really wet, we could then roleplay drying it out. So you ted it once, it turns it to semi-dry, and then ted it again, that'll turn it to hay. Right, this should be enough to finish it. But that's not bad. We've managed to get the rye in the ground and cut this field all within March, which I wasn't actually planning on doing, not the grass. I was planning on doing this in April. But come to think of it, I think it is a better idea to do it now, because it's going to take a bit of time to ted it, windrow it and bale it, and we'll have other stuff to do. The chickens are going to need some attention. It's quite an expanse. I think it's a big field, this, for grass, because we don't need that much. We might even be able to sell some if we don't need all that hay. We'll also have some more silage to load up in the pit. We need to clear the pit actually. We'll feed a lot of it to the cows, and then the rest of it, oops, the rest of it can go to the sell point if there's enough left, because I know the cows take loads. So we shall return to this field in the next episode with the tedder. We'll probably have to sell a bit of silage first just to fund the tedder. That crop is looking good. That is the linseed field. Ooh, tail swing and front crash. I was going to crash into something either way. Right, pop it in the shed. When are these chickens going to produce eggs? Or are they already producing them? Chickens. No eggs. They must not be at the breeding age. Or maybe it's just, yeah, they're seriously lacking in all the foods they need. So that's not good. They do need some attention. Anyway, as for today, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.